Corner from DC Boxing and Fitness, Roberto Hachibi Gonzalez.
I didn't eat supper because we started so early.
Yeah.
Now we're into this time.
And
He's knocking me.
Yeah, no, he is a hard puncher. And like I said, he's knocked me out before.
wow.
In the blue corner from Combat Sports Center, Brian Butler. Ow.
So Brian's coming into the ring. Great story behind Brian is not only is he fighting, but what he does for a living is he manages pro MMA fighters. And
That's Sucker Punch?
Sucker Punch, right. So, you know, he's probably one of the only managers that actually participates in this and competes, which I think is fantastic. Gives him a great idea of what his fighters go through.
Absolutely.
But not only that, but I think it gives him a measure of respect from them that, you know, other managers can't say that they get.
No. I like him. I was very impressed with him as a person because we were talking yesterday and he was basically telling me that he got into it. He has a marketing background, an advertising background.
Yes.
And he's like, yeah, I got into it because Jen's Pulver, you remember Jen?
Yes,
Jen's Little Evil is his nickname.
Little Evil.
He was in the UFC, he was also in the WEC. Asked him to hey, man, you know what you're doing, manage me.
Yeah.
And now that's his career.
Yeah, Brian actually started, he's an artist.
This amateur Muay Thai bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the 154-pound division. Fighting out of the red corner from DC Boxing and Fitness from Washington, D.C., Roberto Hachibi Gonzalez. Fighting out of the blue corner from Combat Sports Center in Richmond, Virginia, Brian Butler. Ow!
You know, and the other thing about Brian that I don't think people realize, he's 40 years old, and he's in here competing with a very young guy. And you know, the thing about you know, as we look at Roberto Gonzalez, full-time student, is taking the Christmas break to really, you know, put in a concentrated fight camp for this. So
he says that school is his #1 thing, and he's studying psychology, I believe.
So I like the way he's keeping that jab out in front and really putting that in Brian's face, and I think that's kind of got him a little, you know, awkward right now. Brian trying to set some things up with that jab in his
Brian's
face.
trying to find his distance.
Yep.
Nice body kick by Brian.
Yep. Yeah, and that's something I think Brian has really improved in his game is his kicks. You know, he used to come in, even though he's doing Muay Thai,
nice burn kick by Brian as well.
Very few kicks, heavy hands, a lot of punches, but he's really picked up the number of kicks he throws. So I like, you know, I like the way Roberto's moving around the ring. He's not
good footwork. He's you know, using his jab quite well. They're both trying to figure each other out.
Right. So I'd like to see Roberto throw more crosses.
Brian slipped.
Yeah, like I said, that canvas up there, unless your feet are really wet, you slide across it quite a bit. So.
Nice. Brian seems to have a really good right hand if he lands that. Great low leg kick by Brian. He's landed that twice already.
Yeah,
I think, you can see that Roberto's having a hard time standing on that front leg now.
Yep. Yeah, Brian's got very heavy hands. When he lands that right cross, it causes a lot of pain.
I would like it if he kept his left hand up a little higher, though.
Brian or Roberto?
Brian.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. One of the things is I've sparred with Brian quite a bit. Watched a lot of guys spar with Brian quite a bit. You know, one of the things he seems very susceptible to is that right head kick.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He keeps coming forward, though. I like that. Yeah. That's the end of the first round.
Yeah, Brian's a very, very aggressive fighter. I think we see that. I think this is a tough round. I think it would be a tough round to judge.
Actually, no. I would give this round to Brian.
Would you? You think his aggressiveness was a
like
factor?
If we're talking about tie scoring, low leg kicks score much more than punches. Brian executed at least 3 low kicks that, you know, they hit. They were executed properly. You can actually see that Robert's corner it's telling him to start checking some of those kicks because he was having a hard time standing on that leg by the end of that round.
Yeah. So, and the funny thing is, that's not something that Brian is really known for, is his leg kicks. He's usually,
really?
When he throws kicks, he throws an inside leg kick, not an outside leg kick like we see, but a lot of body kicks. So, you know, like I said, he uses kicks to set up his hands, and he's a very, very heavy hand.
Oh, there he goes. He's trying to throw those punches and punches.
Head kick.
Yeah, he's very aggressive. He does come forward quite well, and he keeps coming forward.
Yep. And
I got to give Robert some credit for some pretty good footwork and staying on the outside a bit.
And he's keeping his composure. He's flailing a little bit.
Nice,
nice knee. Wow. Wow, I think that touched his spine, actually. It went through his stomach so deep.
Nice knee.
So, yeah, like I said, I like to see Robert throw that 1-2 a little bit better.
I think he doesn't know what to do with Brian right now. You can tell he's a little like, all right, what do I do with this guy? What do I got to do with this guy? Yeah. When Brian throws his punches, he just kind of stands a little bit wide, but he's going for it.
Yeah, he does that. The other thing,
nice jumping teep kick.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Very karate style. You know, no, I love to see it. I mean, you've seen Machida throw that and then give props to. Nice one too. Yeah.
Well, Brian's
tries for a jumping knee. He was a little bit outside. Oh, awesome right hand. Heavy right hand by Brian.
And he looks over to his wife and family.
Yeah.
Roberto's still got some fight in him. So, there we go.
Very
got about 15 seconds left in the round. So Brian needs to work hard.
Nice
if he's
leg kick again.
Oh,
I think his mouthpiece. Yeah, that's a knockout. That's a knockout. It's over. It's all over.
His mouthpiece still in his mouth, but that was a big wad of spit that came flying in this direction.
That's what it was. All right.
I think I'm gonna have to put my jacket on. I feel like we're in a sketch comedy bit with Gallagher. Where's the plastic sheets?
Excellent knockout by Brian Butler.
He now moves his record to 2-1, something he said he wanted to finish up with a winning record. 40 years old, he said, I want to finish up with a winning record. I don't know whether I'm going to fight ever again, but I definitely want to go out with a win and have a winning record.
Yeah, fantastic. So, you were saying that he's an artist, a graphic designer.
Yeah, that's what he came out of school to do, and he started a printing company with another friend of mine. Then they had he had a marketing company by himself, and then you know, that's where he moved into the managing the fighters, where the story you were talking about with Jens Pulver just met him. He said those two hit it off, and Jens Pulver said, look, I need a manager, why don't you do it? So
this fight was stopped at the very end of the second round by KO for your winner, Brian Butler.
Great job, Brian.
Yeah, great job.
Yeah, and then what happens is right after Jens Pulver did that, training at the same gym as us was Amir Sadallah. And Amir Sadallah goes on and wins the Ultimate Fighter, and he has Brian manage him as well. So now all of a sudden he's got two fighters that
we got about a 15
well known.
Are well known. You know, at the time, Jens Pulver was one of the best fighters at 135 pounds.
Yeah.
You know, at the time, Amir Sadallah is a guy who comes out of nowhere to win the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah, that was impressive.
And a very marketable guy. Anybody that sat down and talked with him, you can have a great conversation with him. He's witty, he's funny, great-looking guy. Been on TV with the Burger King commercials.
Yeah.
So, you know, and it just is, like you said.
Nice win for Brian,
yep,
you know.
Business took off from there. Well, as a matter of fact, last night, Pat Barry won with a first-round KO. That's one of Brian's fighters he represents.
Oh, fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what I like about him was, you know, I was asking him, like, what do you think some of the problems were? And he thinks that there's an ethical problem with management of some of these guys. And, you know, I think that he said that's a strong suit, is that his ethics when it comes to managing. And, you know, that's pretty awesome. I mean, you don't ever see managers that look like him.
No, and you know,
well, I'm just looking the way, like, he's in shape, he's young looking, you know.
And honestly, I think if somebody's not watching this broadcast, they're never going to know who the face of, you know, who the guy behind Sucker Punch is. And that was one of his big things. He goes, look, it's all about the fighters. It's not about me. You see other management companies where, you know, MC Hammer had a management company. It was all MC Hammer. It was never, hey, I've got all these fighters. It was, hey, guess what? We're managed by MC Hammer.
There was like a long time ago, I don't in the East Coast, West Coast battle, and Suge Knight was making fun of Diddy because he was, you know, so there's this line, the same line, like all up in the videos, like, you know, but basically come over to death row. So he's like basically kind of dissing on those type of management companies that basically like get in your way. And you know, that's what I always think of when you got those like showboating type management companies that are all up in the videos.
And the funny thing is just I can't understand how people that are represented by those types of people just can't